Hello, it's Jang here from JangBricks.com with the 2014 LEGO Legends of Chima Speedorz set. This is the Stinger Duel. Comes with 93 pieces. Since the set comes with 2 Speedorz, it comes with a double dose of Chi crystals, so you get 12 of those. You get, for your Lion Tribe character this time, you get a medium blue ripcord, and you get a red one for the Scorpion Tribe. Here are the cards, the game playing cards for ShadowWind. Feel free to hit pause if you want to look at these in more detail. And here are the cards from Scolder from the Scorpion Tribe. Once again, hit pause. I'm going to move on. ShadowWind's weapons here on the left are a ShadowR Maximus and a Thangius. And then over here for Scolder, you get a Venomor on the far right, and then this one is a Chi Venomor. To me, both of these minifigs are cooler than the norm. First off, ShadowWind, of course, this is probably the biggest deal of the set, is getting the first official ShadowWind character with his full ShadowWind garb and everything. And then the Scorpion Tribe member is Scolder, and he's got that really cool alien predator style of headpiece. So let's go ahead and give these a little rotation so you can see them from some different angles. Look at that headpiece on Scolder. I really like that. Nothing all too fancy with the mold for ShadowWind. They've got some pretty nice deep ridges on the hairpiece there, but you can see the prints from the back. I'll go ahead and take off these headpieces, and you can see there's no second face on the back of Scolder, but ShadowWind does have a second face. And there's a look at both of them from the front without their outer headpieces attached. I really like that headpiece for the Scorpion Tribe. I also like their outer headpiece quite a lot. Look at the print on the top. ShadowWind's Speedor is called the Darkor Defendor. I don't know why they don't just call it the Dark Defender. It's kind of a big deal to get this one because you have his specific ShadowWind approved print, all dark with the gold and red on there. Pretty cool to get that full setup. I wish that we had the actual ShadowWind, covered up headpiece, the full face mask. That would have been great. I wish they'd included that here. Hopefully that'll be included in a Wave 2 set or something like that. And the power-up for this one is called the Awakenor. It's basically just a little bit of an afterburner kind of boost, a little jet or rocket boost that allows them to go super fast for a short amount of time. And then here we have the Scolder Speedor. This one's called the Night Stingor, and this uses the same mold as the new Spider Tribe Speedor, but they just use 2 legs up front, and they add on this tail on the back that makes it look more Scorpion-like. And you can see that it uses print only on the front, not on the sides at all. That's pretty menacing. That looks pretty good. Goes together well with the look of the minifig itself, I think. Everything else here is just in silver color. You can see how this piece back here is built up. You can leave these on, these little legs in the front, leave them on. They're supposed to be like little stinging barbs, actually. Adds a little bit of width and also keeps the whole thing from falling over completely when it's just on display. But you can actually bring them up. It'll fall over a little bit more. But that really doesn't narrow the thing up for going through really narrow obstacles. You want to take those legs off if you want to go through any sort of Speedor tournament element that requires a small cross section from the front for precision. And the tail can be angled, so you can actually bring the tail all the way down to the ground. It doesn't really do much of anything, but when it's in its up position, it's supposed to actually interact with the obstacle in this set. Speaking of the obstacle, here it is now. It's just this fairly simple Scorpion-inspired little stand that has this ring on it. The ring comes off. It's supposed to be a Chi ring, they call it. You can see it's transparent, clear with a few little bits of, or 4 little bits of Chi attached to it. And that's it. This thing doesn't move, it doesn't adjust, it doesn't respond to anything. The whole idea here is that you're supposed to get the ring off. So in a duel, you're supposed to try to race to the thing and see who can actually capture the ring. So what they show on the box art and in the manual and everything is that Scolder would come along and would actually hook that right off of there, just grab it and drive on off and win that way. However, in real life, the Scorpion Speedor is going to be down here. So it's just not going to be able to grab that thing. Even if you somehow magically were able to go through the base of this and emerge right in the center where it's perfect, it's not going to hit that. This can't go up any farther. Flipping all this around like so that this arm piece goes up doesn't change anything. Actually doesn't help at all. So it's just not going to be able to grab that. You want to actually equip one of your weapons into the hand, one of the hands of your little minifig, and try to knock it off as you go by. Try to knock it off. If you're extremely lucky, there is a technical chance, it is possible, that you could knock this thing off, and as it falls, it could actually fall over your weapon and you could actually leave with it. I think that ShadowWind has a little bit better chance with this Fangius. You just angle it off to the side, and there you can see it would be able to hook, and with enough speed there, it's going to go right through. Wouldn't actually knock it off. It actually would be able to hook it with enough speed. I tried this a ton of times, and let me tell you, it is nigh impossible to make that happen unless you're starting from really, really close. I don't know. This just really doesn't work for me. It works it's much easier to knock this thing over entirely, or just knock the ring off, than it is to actually grab this. The whole action of how it's supposed to go, the precision required there, and the luck required. Even when you hit it just right, sometimes it'll hit and just knock the ring out, forward. So my recommendation would actually be to set this thing up with a line right down the middle. Use a narrow piece of masking tape or something, blue painter's tape. Set up a straight line right down the middle. Go ahead and run your Speedorz like you're doing a drag race. Have the ring on there and just try to hit the thing. It's a lot easier to just try to hit it than to try to just barely get through there at an angle in a way that's going to make that it's just not feasible. Try to hit the thing and then see which side the ring falls on. And if it falls onto this side, then it's actually this guy's win, because he's actually going to be coming across here. He's going to be targeting getting the ring into this quadrant over here. If it falls into this area over here, then this guy wins, because he's going to be coming at it at an angle. So they're both going to be coming straight up onto this thing, trying to hit it and trying to hit the ring across to the other side in order to win. That's just a recommendation from me of how to make this much less frustrating and much more likely to actually turn into a real game where somebody can actually win. So personally, I look at this entire set as just being a way to get ShadowWind and his Speedor, and then a Scorpion Tribe character and his Speedor, and everything else is a bonus. I feel like you pay quite a premium price for these highly desirable things in the front, especially over here on the left. But the rest to me is kind of just an aside. I don't really personally see a lot of value in that. Especially this really disappointing small little build here. I mean, it has so few pieces in it, and the gameplay can be really frustrating. So you probably just want to use those parts for other things. Just look at them as a handful of small extra parts. Usually these 2-in-1 Speedor sets are a better value than the individual ones. I think that ShadowWind and his Speedor are the saving graces in value here, but that stuff back there just doesn't really cut it for making up the price. Well, those are my thoughts. Feel free to share your thoughts if you would like in the comment section. Everybody's opinions can vary, and different people's feedback is always appreciated, and lots of different people like to see others' ideas about these sets, so feel free to post those up if you'd like. And I'm gonna move on to bringing you more reviews and hopefully working on some custom stuff very soon, so you can follow all my updates at jangbricks.com. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.